Daniels. The time now is 4:30 on this Tuesday morning. Let's take a look at your full forecast because today is the day where we really heat things up. If you enjoyed how it felt out there yesterday, you'll probably like today. We'll likely stay in the 80s, but we'll be topping out in the upper 80s this afternoon rather than hitting just that 80-degree mark at BWI. So a little bit warmer out there today. We're starting off a little bit warmer with mostly clear skies hovering over downtown Baltimore. Very fair conditions to start off this Tuesday morning, and we are beginning the day with numbers and readings in the 50s and 60s. So 60 is a pretty popular number from Bel Air all the way out towards Cockeysville. Sykesville and Olney also sitting at 60 degrees, 64 downtown and 62 for my friends out in Centerville. A tad bit cooler for my friends in Elkton. But today we rise back into the upper 80s. We are going to be well above average, about 20, even 25 degrees above normal for this time of year. Because of the added heat and also a little bit of a humidity feel to it, we could be dealing with the chance of a stray pop-up rain shower or thunderstorm, mostly to the south of the metro later on today. But very little impact is expected. No severe weather is anticipated at this point. But we do have the chance for a moderate risk for heat-related illnesses today, mostly right around Anne Arundel County down towards Washington, D.C., where these areas are highlighted in this orange color. This basically means that the heat could impact folks like older adults and also infants, outdoor workers as well. So take frequent breaks if you are working outside for an extended period of time and stay hydrated because it's going to be a hot one. 84 degrees right around the time of first pitch as the O's take on the Diamondbacks. Plenty of sunshine though, staying dry throughout the duration of the game with the temperature right around 80 degrees as we approach 8 o'clock. Here's a glance at Futurecast. Just a stray pop-up shower or thunderstorm that can't be completely ruled out as an area of low pressure drifts to our north. We top out well into the 80s all across the area, lower 80s near the state line. A lot of that rain activity stays focused to the north of the state border. And then we are looking at another dry Wednesday on tap. Temps are going to be challenging that old record high tomorrow of 88 degrees, likely breaking the old record as we're set to rise to 91 during the afternoon. Meteorologist Stevie Daniels, the time now is 4:44. Let's take a look at your Super 7-day forecast. A hot one is in store for today as we make our way close to 90 degrees. We're not expected to tie or break the old record of 91 that was set back in the 1940s, but it's certainly going to be feeling like a true summer day. Make sure you find ways to stay cool, spend a lot of your time inside, especially if you are prone to heat-related illnesses. So folks like older adults and infants and outdoor workers, you need to be very mindful of the heat today. The kids will want to dress cool as well. We're already starting things off in the 60s. There could be an isolated shower or thunderstorm that pops off as we head into the afternoon, mostly to the north and west of the viewing area. But taking a glance at your Wednesday, nearing record warmth, once again, we're likely going to break the old record high of 88 degrees set back in 1941. I'm forecasting a high temperature of 90 as well on Thursday. Very early season summer-like heat. The old record of 90 was set back in 2012, so we'll likely tie that. And then Friday, rain chances will start to pick up, looking very spotty in meteorologist Stevie Daniels. The time now is 5 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. Let's look at current temperatures because we're starting off very mild, even a little bit warmer than yesterday morning. Most of us are standing in the 60s out there with the exception of Chestertown and Cecilton, both hanging out in the upper 50s and even into the mid 50s out by Frederick. So a little bit cooler the farther west and also the farther east you go from the Baltimore metro. But today is truly going to feel like late June or even early July. We have temperatures making their way up well into the 80s this afternoon. We have the opportunity to get very close to the old record high of 91 degrees that was set back in 1941. Keep in mind the average high temperature is 66 degrees. You can see we're going to be well above that. We have this storm system located to our north. It's producing quite the lightning show and a lot of heavy rain across portions of the Great Lakes. We could get in on an isolated pop-up. Meteorologist Stevie Daniels. The time now is 5:12 on this Tuesday morning. Let's take a look at your full forecast. Today we're going to be talking about the heat because starting today we heat things up close to 90 degrees. 64 right now, currently in Manchester, 62 in Severn, and lower 60s the farther northeast you head, even western Maryland starting the day off in the 60s. I see you guys out towards Frostburg sitting at 65 degrees. Our temps are going to be very quick to climb today. We should be in the 70s by 10 o'clock this morning, hitting the mid 80s right around noon, and then upper 80s by the 2 to 3 o'clock hour. Because we have some added heat to work with, there could be a pop-up shower or thunderstorm that occurs later today, mostly to the north and west of the I-95 corridor, because we do have a storm system that's set up across the Great Lakes, and I'll show you that system in just a moment. But overall, there is a moderate risk for heat-related illnesses for older adults, infants, and also outdoor workers, mostly right around Annapolis and down to the southwest. So if you are planning on being outside for an extended period of time, take frequent breaks, go inside and outside, and also make sure to stay hydrated, because this heat is no joke, especially for folks in those sensitive groups. But for the general population, the risk for heat-related illnesses is going to be pretty low. Here are just a few ways on how you can beat the heat. Of course, drinking plenty of water, keeping the blinds closed. That also could help out your AC unit, and wearing light-colored clothing will also help advect a lot of that radiation from the sun back into space. So you won't really absorb a lot of it if you wore black clothing, for example. As we take a look at satellite radar, here's that storm system that's just pummeling through Michigan this morning, even falling a lot of that heavy rain falling across Canada. Quite the lightning show as well. We could see a pop-up shower or thunderstorm to the north and west of the Chesapeake Bay, but Futurecast shows that most areas stay dry throughout the afternoon. That's going to be the trend even into the evening for the O's game, as first pitch is at 6:35. Just make sure you're dressed cool if you're heading out to Camden Yards. A lot of that activity will stay to the north and west of the state line, and then into your Wednesday, we heat things up even more, back into the low 90s on Wednesday afternoon for tomorrow. We do have that marginal risk at level 1 out of 5 for our northern areas, as severe wind gusts will be the top concern today within any strong storm that develops. But the key is it's going to be very isolated. Climb this morning, so we're already starting off about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than yesterday. The kids will want to dress extra cool as they head out to school. 66 right around 8 o'clock. We should be hitting 70 degrees by the 9 o'clock hour, hitting the mid 70s by 10 o'clock, 86 around 1 o'clock this afternoon. And I am forecasting highs today right around 88 degrees, dealing with plenty of sunshine, a little bit more sunshine compared to yesterday. But today we do have the opportunity to get very close to the old record high of 91 degrees that was set back in the 1940s, specifically 1941. The last time we hit a temperature at or above 90 was back last year on September 6th. The average first 90-degree day of the year occurs on May 21st. So yes, we're going to be heating things up today and for the next couple of days. Back to you. Daniels. The time now is 5:46 on this Tuesday morning. Let's take a live look outside. Waking up with mostly clear skies over downtown Baltimore with light winds coming in out of the south. We're off to a very mild start this morning. Many locations starting things off in the 60s, even upper 50s across far northeastern Maryland, right around Cecil County and Kent County. Centerville, you guys are sitting at 60, 61 for my friends in Cockeysville, and Parkton in the Hereford zone, also waking up with a temperature of 60 out there. So this calls for the iced cup of coffee or tea as you get your day started. Temps are going to be very quick to climb. I've been mentioning that all morning long. We should be right around 70 degrees by 9 o'clock, but it doesn't stop there. We'll be reaching highs well into the 80s this afternoon, about 8 to 9 degrees warmer than we were yesterday. Not sure if Michael's furry friend Allie is a big fan of the warmth, all this summer-like heat this early on in the year, but you know, we have this heat going for us today. The humidity, it's not going to be super unbearable, super uncomfortable, but you will notice an uptick not only in the heat, but also a slight stickiness in the air. But if you're heading out to the O's game, first pitch is at 6:35. They take on the Diamondbacks. Plenty of sunshine right around the time the game begins. 84 degrees. Dress cool if you're heading out to Camden Yards. Wear the light colored clothing and stay hydrated throughout the game. We're still going to hang out around 80 degrees by the 8 o'clock hour, so we don't really dip down into the 70s until 9 to 10 o'clock tonight. We have this storm system located to our northwest. You can see it's producing a lot of heavy rain and quite the lightning show over Michigan and also across western New York, Grand Island, getting in on some of that hefty rain as well. Look at all those lightning strikes being detected. That system could spark a spotty shower or storm as we head into the afternoon, most likely to the north and west of the Chesapeake Bay. That's really the greater opportunity. And we also have some of this heat factored in, which could help fuel the environment. But future futurecast shows that we stay mostly rain-free, keeping a lot of the rain up to our north, to the north of the state line, getting into the evening hours. And then tomorrow we'll be climbing back into the low 90s. So a storm that we deal with today could produce some severe wind gusts. That's going to be the big concern, but the chance is very low, very isolated, but we will be under that marginal risk, a level 1 out of 5 today. Out there right now, but the sun is trying to wake itself up. We have temperatures right around the 60s this morning. We should be right around 70 by 9 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock, mid 70s on your way into work. I would maybe put on the AC on your way into work this morning, especially for the ride home later today. Check this out. Our numbers are going to be well into the 80s. We're talking about some areas basically approaching that 90-degree mark. The last time we hit a temperature of 90 at BWY was all the way back last year on September 6th. So it's been quite some time, precisely 220 days. So we will be under a moderate risk for heat-related illnesses today and also throughout the day tomorrow. Tomorrow we warm things up a little bit more, especially around the city and for our friends further north and west of the Chesapeake Bay. I'll talk more about this map coming up in my full forecast. Christy?
Good morning.
It's going to make a very strong comeback. This morning, we're already feeling some of that warmth out there. Many of us are in the 60s right now, 59 degrees in Haverty Grace, 60 in Ellicott City. Good morning to everyone down in Chesapeake Beach. You guys are starting the day at 63. I would go with the iced cup of coffee this morning because we are starting off about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than we were this time yesterday. We should be right around 70 by 9 o'clock, hitting the mid 70s by the 10 o'clock hour. And then here's the glance at where our high temperatures will be this afternoon. Can't even believe I'm saying this. We're not projected to break the old record high of 91 that was set back in the 1940s today, but we're certainly going to feel like late June or even early July. 88 degrees this afternoon. I know Allie's probably looking forward to spending a lot of her time inside on the couch because it is going to be feeling quite warm out there. And this could potentially be problematic for folks like older adults, infants, and also folks who are working outdoors for an extended period of time. This is the reason why these areas will be under a moderate risk for heat-related illnesses. So from Annapolis down towards Washington, D.C., even across northern portions of Virginia and the western half of the state of Maryland. The impact to the general public is looking to be relatively low, but it does look like that moderate risk will start to expand across all of Baltimore County, including the Baltimore Metro. Getting into the day tomorrow, as we'll be turning up the heat even more. But we're turning up the pollen count a little bit more as well at an 11.4. I got this data from pollen.com. Still suffering from those pesky tree allergens. Maple, elm, and juniper are going to be the top allergens today. So reduce your time outdoors if you can, and also make sure to take those allergy medications as well. As we take a glance at futurecast, skies will be dry for most, but there could be an isolated pop-up shower or thunderstorm that develops to the north and west of the Chesapeake Bay because we have some added heat and a little bit of humidity to work with. The humidity not going to be too uncomfortable, but it's just something to note. The bulk of this moisture will stay farther to the north of the Maryland-Pennsylvania line. Will stay dry into your Wednesday, back in the lower 90s. There is a threat for some severe wind gusts within any storm that develops today. This is the reason why our northern communities will be under that level 1 out of 5 marginal risk. Turning very hot over the next couple of days, really having a good chance of breaking the old record high tomorrow. 88 degrees this afternoon. The old record high for today is 91. That was set back in 1941. Today, we're going to be a little bit shy of that, but it's certainly going to feel like late June or early July. We do have a fair amount of sunshine in store for today, which is really going to help boost our temperatures. We should hover right around the mid 80s by lunchtime, but as the bus drops the kids off, 88 degrees. They'll want to dress cool today, and there could be a pop-up shower thunderstorm that develops because of that added heat and humidity. But for your Wednesday, looking at mostly sunny skies, the old record high temperature is 88. That was set back in 1941 as well. We have a very good chance of breaking that tomorrow, and then tying the old record high of 90 degrees on Thursday. That was set back in 2012. So we are going to be feeling this summer-like heat, potentially dealing with our first heat wave of the season over the next couple of days, dropping back into the mid 80s by Friday with some additional spotty showers. Any rain that we deal with is beneficial given the fact that we're still suffering from moderate drought concerns. A dry dry start to the weekend. Sunny skies, a high of 83 on 60 degrees. Likely going to be seeing the upper 80s as we head into the middle part of the afternoon today. Right now sitting at 60 down in Annapolis and 61 for my friends out in Bel Air. We're looking at a beautiful sunrise this morning. The water almost looking like glass. That shows you how light the winds are right now. They are coming in out of the south, so that is helping us to start off a little bit warmer than yesterday. But today will be a little bit warmer than we were yesterday afternoon. I mean, check out these temperatures. We're typically supposed to be reaching these numbers right around late June. So we're going to be well above average today, nearly 20 to even 25 degrees above normal. There is the stray chance of an isolated pop-up shower or thunderstorm as we head into the afternoon, but most neighborhoods will stay dry, but we are going to be feeling that heat, that early summer-like heat today. Not expected to break the old record of 91 that was set back in 1941, but it's certainly going to feel a lot hotter out there. So if you are at risk for heat-related illnesses, we will be in a moderate risk today, especially for our friends farther south and west of the Baltimore metro. It's probably best to just stay indoors. We're talking about older adults and infants and also outdoor workers. If you have to work outside for an extended period of time, just make sure you're staying hydrated and taking frequent breaks. But today and also throughout the next couple of days, we still have the chance for elevated risk of wildfire spread thanks to winds kicking up this afternoon, gusting up to about 20 to 25. Not too crazy, but we do have low humidity and dry fuels, so that's why outdoor burning of any kind highly discouraged. A lot of the rain that we're dealing with across portions of the United States is falling across the Great Lakes region, and quite the lightning show just to the north and west of Buffalo across western New York. But there is the threat that one or two of these showers or thunderstorms could grace the skies around our northern communities, mostly to the north of the Baltimore metro and out towards the western half of the state where severe wind gusts are possible. So just keep that in mind today. Keep checking radar throughout the afternoon. It looks like one or two of these storms could pop up north and west of the bay as we head into the afternoon. But then by the evening for dinner time and beyond, looking at mostly dry skies, a lot of this energy will stay focused farther to our north. So for the O's game at Camden Yards, first pitch is at 6:35. Temperatures will be right around the mid 80s during that time frame. And then